Hey everybody, it's Tony here with ARO-Online, and I'm getting ready to leave on my big trip up to Isle Royale National Park. Got my pack all loaded up, got a few extra things for like sleeping in my car tonight, and then I am ready for a 11-12 hour drive up to Michigan. Once I leave today, like I said, it'll take me about 11 hours to get there, maybe 12 with stops and stuff, and then sleep in the car tonight, catch my ferry at, I gotta get there by 8 a.m., it leaves at 9 a.m., and then it's on. Pretty excited, so I'm gonna put the camera down and get to driving so we can actually see some of this beautiful scenery and you know, enjoy the challenges of the trip. So I'll see you once I get there.
Down the bike, there's one little cottage in the gold. We've got some nice
It's Lake Superior.
The nice thing is we're just what's it again?
It's fairly close to Marquette, so we're getting closer. Beautiful.
There's no other things. We get the bands on my friend. If you want bands is over here. Okay, fine. I'll jump on top. I'll reach out to the black circle.
Well, good morning. As I'm sure you can hear and see, it's raining pretty hard, and looks like it's going to keep raining until maybe a few hours. So definitely after my scheduled departure time. My assumption is that they won't. They'll wait until after the rain. Maybe not, but it's about 6:40 right now. About 7 o'clock I'm going to run over to Subway, which is a couple blocks away, get a sandwich for breakfast, and then get a sandwich to take on the boat with me for lunch, and then head back down to the visitor center, and I guess see what's up. But slept in the car last night, did all right, no big issues, nothing to complain about. If it were real hot and I had needed to have my windows open or something, there were a lot of I guess this town is a college town, at least this side of it, and there were a lot of kids out walking when I got here until about 1 a.m. But it didn't really bother me too much last night. So yeah, I definitely say it's an option to sleep here in the unlocked visitor parking center. I believe I get to park behind a gate once I am ready to board, once they open up. So we'll see. Hopefully my plans don't get changed too much. Since my video kind of just detailing my itinerary and stuff, I have had to change at least one campsite. The Chicken Bone Lake camp, or the lake itself, has an algae bloom right now, so you can't get water out of it. So I'm going to stop it's about 2 miles short, I believe, at Todd Harbor, I believe. So that one's already changed, and if we leave late today, then my plans for today have changed as well. So we'll figure it out. It'll still be a good time. Got to be flexible when you're hiking. But I'm ready for this bad boy to start. And I'm ready for the rain to stop too, so.
Right. Like Lincoln Log.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them.
And with the backhoe, they can just kind of torque it, get it jockeyed in place, and just start scooping up all the rocks as fast as what we do.
Alright, so I am finally here. Just after 3 o'clock. It's one of the first ones off the boat and on the trail. So I have about 11 miles to go and about 5 hours of daylight to get there. Certainly doable on most trails I'm used to. But I hear there's a stretch that's pretty tough between 3 Mile and Daisy Farm, I guess, because of when it gets wet. It gets real slick. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and pound out what I can. Before I, have to slow down once I get there. So. There goes my ride. I may get tired of it, but right now I'm loving this kind of hiking. Up and over the rocks and having to pick your path carefully. It's been pretty awesome so far. Now granted, I'm not very far in, but keeping a good pace so far, doing what I needed to do to hit Muskie Basin. And again, that was not originally my planned destination, but I think it was the wise decision to move to it. So, all right, I'll put you away and keep on trekking. Let's go check out Susie's cave. I think it's right off the trail here. There she is. Pretty cool. That's even better. Whew. Wow. Constant views along here are stunning. There's the junction from Mount Franklin. It's 2.3 miles that way. I'm heading towards Daisy Farm, 4.2 miles straight ahead. I just passed the 3-mile campground. It's just before the intersection. That's better. But there were a lot of people there, and I didn't want to film. You never know, people changing or whatever. So there's a look like a pretty nice site though. It's got a lot of shelters at it. But my pace has slowed for sure. Walking on this stuff isn't too bad, but you got to go slow and pick your route really well. And it is super windy along the shore, so I haven't been filming a ton because I'm not sure how the audio will turn out. But here you go. Just a little bit over 3 miles in, and have about what 7 ish miles to go, something like that, maybe 8. Anyways, alright, so I am taking a break here. Nice scenic view. I'm about 2 miles shy of Daisy Farm campground, and was just starting to get a hot spot on my foot. Think I didn't have my shoe tied. Well, I had it tight, but I think it came loose. So started getting a hot spot. Wanted to nip that in the butt. So I I just stopped on this rock face and took my shoes and socks off, using them as a pillow. And here in a couple minutes I'm going to get myself some dinner. It is, what, about 5:30? Yeah, 5:30. So if I go to my final destination, I'm not going to roll in until like 8. So I'm not going to want to eat once I get there. And if I stop at Daisy Farm, that's fine, but I don't want to give myself any excuses, basically. So I'm going to get some food and get back on the trail. Well, I finally made it to camp. I made it to Muskie Basin, which was my new destination before I got here. Good thing I didn't try to push on to Lake Ritchie, which was my original destination. Just blinding, sorry. It was just that it was another 2 miles or so, which would have put me at 13, something like that for the day. And it was raining off and on my way home, or way here. God was pretty, I guess, gracious to me. I don't know, had favor with me because he kept the majority of the rain away. I mean, there was lots of thunder and lightning and stuff, and I just got more or less sprinkled on, enough to be wet, but not, you know, not miserable. It took why it keeps trying to hunt. It took about 5.5 hours for me to go the 11.1 miles, and that includes I stopped for half an hour for dinner. So really, it's not a terrible pace. It's not record speed or anything, but it's not terrible. I showed up to Daisy Farm with 4 other people from my boat, either just behind me or just in, yeah, well, they were all just behind me, I guess. Went through camp. There was at least somebody in every shelter, so, and I had taken a pretty bad fall and banged up my leg and my hand, and I thought, well, I'll just stop here. It was starting to sprinkle, and I don't know, I just felt like I was being told to keep going and come into camp. And I'm expecting here at Muskie Basin there not to be any shelters available either, because there's like half as many shelters. First one I walk up to, nobody's in it. It's mine. So I've had a gear explosion in here, and I'm gonna take it nice and slow in the morning to before I get going. I'm not gonna rush out. I need to give my body a chance to heal, and I didn't really. I needed to repack some stuff after I got off the boat, and I didn't take the time to do that. So I'll take the time in the morning to do that. But yeah, I'm pretty beat. It's not the hardest hiking I've ever done, at least not today. I can't speak for the next couple days, but it's tough. You're always like pounding your feet on either gravel, which it's natural gravel, or just like big slabs of stone, and kind of wore my feet out quite a bit, and so they're pretty achy right now. So I'm just gonna give them a break, and then I'm gonna try and get some sleep. I need to drink another bottle of water, probably go to the bathroom, and then head to bed. So, man, sweaty. It got hot. When the storm stayed just in front of me, it got real humid where I was, and just gross. But I'm here, and day 1 in the books.
Good morning. What time is it? It's 7:30. Slept pretty well last night. All things considered. Had to get up and go to the bathroom like 3 times, but that's a good thing, I suppose. Been kind of lounging, I guess, this morning a little bit. There's been some thunder and some storms to the west of me, and that's the way I'm hiking. So I'm just kind of not in a hurry. But I suppose I need to get up, get changed, get some breakfast, and get going. I think I have maybe a 13-mile day today. I think. I'll have to check my plan. It was originally, I think it was going to be 11 if I had gone the extra 2 miles. So I think it's a 13-mile day. I did 11 today, or yesterday. So with a full day to do 13, I can take my time and hopefully not have any real issues. But, yeah. So I'm going to get up, get changed, and start moving.
So I thought I'd show you around camp real quick here while I'm doing some water filtering. This is the cabin, or shelter, not a cabin, shelter. And each one has a picnic table. Mine happens to be soaked, so won't be using that breakfast. And then here's the view. And that's the way down to the other cabins down there. And then, or the other shelters, I should say. I don't know why I keep saying cabins. There's a rock face up there I'm going to go check out after I get this water done. And there you are, Muskie Basin. Beautiful. I was hoping to see some moose out there, because it supposedly has a good
this is a good spot to see them, but haven't seen any or heard any splashing around. So, oh well. But still an amazing view. Just a little stiff this morning. I gotta go down on a knee, I can't squat. Apparently, the squirrels around here are little thieves and will take your stuff if you're not careful. And I got one running around chattering at me. Alright. So, already filtered once, refilled 1.5 bottles out of it. I'm gonna filter again and boil some water for breakfast, and then eat that and start packing up. Why did I bring oatmeal for breakfast? It's not that I hate oatmeal. Actually, I think it's alright, but it's so sickeningly sweet. I ate one packet and I was just like, I can't eat another one of these. Not right now. So, not getting the calories I should be, but oh well. It is 8:30. The storms look to have moved on. So I need to get all of that crap. Like I said, gear explosion. I need to get all of that packed up, and I need to get moving. It'll probably be 9, maybe a little bit later before I actually get moving. So, to do that, and have a good day hiking. Alright, I'm all packed up and ready to go.
I'll walk up here to this clearing, get nice and soaked on the way. Take a look out in the bay. Wow. Are you ready for this? Wow. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's some people probably loading canoes in. Oh, that's where the dock is. Sailboat. It is, it's beautiful. Didn't get to see any of that stuff as I rushed in last night. But, yeah, it's amazing. There you tell the rocks are slick this morning. So that ought to be nice and fun. We'll make do. So this had to have come down last night in the storm, because these are still all green. And the brakes are real fresh. Wow. That big boy snapped right in half. Wow, it's a big tree. It's like one side of it was rotten. It's not real punky under there. Just, some heavy winds brought her down. I am seeing occasionally seeing some young moose track. And it looks like somebody has hiked through here yet this morning, because I don't think you'd see those footprints. So I know people were leaving camp before me, so it's not surprising. Right here looks like a moose was bedded down in there or something, but it's got to be bigger than wolves, so I'm guessing it was a moose. And kind of see a path out. Pretty cool. One thing that I wanted to say is, so far, even the spots that have been muddy, the mud's been pretty firm. It's not real slippery. You don't sink in a ton. I mean, there's a couple spots where you can, if you don't take good steps. But majority of it has been pretty firm. Actually, the rocks are slipperier than the mud. So that's kind of nice. Change from Indiana dirt. such a nice breeze right now. I'm hoping it keeps up all day. That should be Lake Ritchie down there. So I'm getting close. It's a big lake. Trail came from over here and goes that way. But I stopped. Could see the lake, so I thought I'd stop and take a look at it. Found the trail restroom. There's I guess that's fox poop, I don't know. But then you come over here, moose poop. Lots of moose poop. Okay, so we're real close to Lake Ritchie campground. Here is, I think it's Chippewa. Yeah, Chippewa Harbor's 4.2 miles that way. 3.5 miles to the Chicken Bone Junction. Lake Ritchie's only 0.2 of a mile from here. There's an algal bloom in Chicken Bone Lake, so I will not be able to stay there just because I don't want to have to worry about water filter. So I'm either gonna stop short at I can't think of the name of it, McCargo Cove, or I'm gonna go past it and stop at Daisy Farm. So we'll decide when we get there. That'll be basically at the end of my trip. But I do want to, I think, drink quite a bit of water here, and then refill my 2-liter bottle, or my liter bottle, and then that should get me through the rest of the day. So, let's see if we can get zoom in on these flowers down here. Wherever these guys are. There is Lake Ritchie. I wonder if there's any place else to filter. So now I'm wishing, looking at this water right here. Doesn't look like it. Kind of looks like somebody's pee, moose pee, something. So this is a landing spot for a portage. There. My trail continues that way. Just wow. How friggin' beautiful is this? There's the start of the campground up there. But look at this. Great place to filter water. Much better than down there. Wow. I may or may not have just slid into the lake while trying to filter water. And I may or may not have slid into the lake a second time while trying to filter the water. It's really too bad I didn't get that on camera, because hilarity. Those rocks were pretty slick though. When I got close to the water, I just went straight in, just slid in. Thankfully I was able to kind of catch myself before I went all like face first or something. But I got my water filtered. I'm gonna head up to the campground, use the restroom, and then get going. It is a little after 11 at this point, about 11:10, 11:15. So a little slow, but that's okay. I got time, and I'll be able to do this, hopefully this next section, pretty quick. There's not a ton of flowing water like that on the island. Well, that I know of anyways. And so it's kind of nice to see. I believe I just passed, that's probably water coming out of the first lake on I don't know if this is the Lake Ritchie Trail or Chicken Bone Portage or something. I don't remember what this part of the trail is called, but I passed two lakes. The first one I don't think I will actually have gotten to see, but I passed a portage for it, and it's a little bit of a smaller lake. Second one I'm pretty sure I'll get to at least see some of. So it's been good. Ooh. Toad. Whew. Scared me. It's funny how smallest animals can scare you the most when you're not, you don't know they're there. Coming out of the dank into a little bit of light here. So I'm about 4.5 miles in. That means I think I've got about 2.5 miles to the Greenstone, maybe. It's about 12:30. Maybe it's a little less than 2.5. I don't know. I was thinking, I had done the math this morning, and it was like 13 total, and 7 of which are on the Greenstone. So I think I've got about 2 miles left, and I want to hit the Greenstone before. Whoa, turtle. A big guy. Wow. He just turned around. Didn't just shell up. Kind of funny. But what I was saying is, I told myself I'm not going to eat lunch till I hit the Greenstone and find a open, somewhat open space to get my feet dried up, try to dry my socks, and I should be good. This trail has been the most overgrown of all the trails that I've done, or of the trails I've done so far. But, alright, check in a little bit. Whatever these plants are that grow in the water here remind me of like being in Jurassic Park. Just huge leaves, more than a foot in diameter, the widest. Oh. And there's the portage back to the lake. The lake's down there. Greenstone that way. Okay, so you really can't see it, but there's a lake over there. That's actually the second lake, Lake Livermore. The first lake had like 2 arms to it that I had to hike around. So that's why I thought it was 2 different lakes. So I'm not quite as far along as I actually thought I was. Just a little disappointing. Whew, that was a slick board. But we'll be alright. Make it happen. Oh, these broken boards, I hate walking on them over this water. Okay. Continuing on. Whew. Alright. I made it. It's a good climb up. Hatchet Lake, 7.2 miles. That way. Finally on the Greenstone. I think I'm going to set up shop and eat lunch over here. Have a little bit of a break. It's let's see, 1:30. So it's a good time for lunch. Nice open area. Alright. Pack off. Lunch for the day. This one's a buffalo chicken wrap. peanut butter crackers. I had a zesty lemon pepper as well, which I did not like. It's alright, but not my favorite thing. Oh, about a mile from where I ate lunch. Looks like I run into my first beaver dam. This ought to be interesting. It looks like I gotta cross on the logs. It's a big lodge up there. Alright, here goes nothing. No, that hurt. Oh no. The heart rate down for a second. Well, so much for dry feet. Oh, damn. That sucked. Slipped right in. A mile after changing my socks. Urgh. Just taking a break here, about halfway up my second climb. The first climb was the worst one, but my feet have been wet since that beaver dam, and I wanted to give them a break because I still have about 5 miles to go, give or take. So, trying to dry my feet out. Socks and shoes off, but my body feels alright, but I've been dealing with my stomach's been kind of queasy. I think lunch didn't set well, so I've been hiking real slow. So I think I've got probably 3.5 to 4 hours left for the day, and it's only 5 miles, so I don't know, we'll see. I have a lot of downhill towards the end. I'm just enjoying this shade and this breeze, so I'll check in a little bit later. Alright, so been walking through the shade for a bit, which has been pleasant. Approaching the 4th peak out of 4. Blue jay up there. I don't know if I can do.
But I should be making my climb up 4th peak here. And then it should be basically all downhill to camp. Look what we have here. Wow. Alright, so I should have about a mile left to go for the day. It's finally starting to cool off a little bit. Still can't get over this kind of sour stomach. Oh, almost there. Set up my tent, crawl inside, relax. Alright, finally at the spur for Hatchet Lake, half mile down that way, and I am spent, absolutely spent. I'm glad tomorrow's a short day. Okay, so made camp. And here's my tent. I did commandeer a group site, but other sites were full. So I just want to get in here. I filtered water. Filtered water, set up camp, and I think I'm just going to snack a little bit for dinner tonight. And then maybe eat what I was going to eat for dinner tonight, for breakfast tomorrow. So this is really dirty and not shooting very well, so I'm going to put it away for right now. Maybe I'll check in a little bit. Well, it's 1:30 in the morning, and just had my first moose encounter. He came. I didn't see him, but he came crashing through camp, and I mean, the only thing on the island that it could have been is a moose. I'm not even certain that a person could have made as much noise as that thing did. And I got out to go to the bathroom. It's like crash, 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 crash. So I stood out there and tried to find it for a minute without moving too far down, but couldn't find him. So hopefully he'll be around in the morning when the light's out. I'll be able to see him. But pretty crazy. Also had the pleasure of hearing a couple hours ago a tree fall over. I don't know if that's from like a beaver chew, or if that was a moose, or if it was just the tree's time, but that was pretty loud too. So, pretty eventful. I also had been hearing what I think was a squirrel or a chipmunk or a mouse or something outside my tent. So I've been playing an audiobook through my phone. No headphones, just playing it through my phone so that there was noise. And I haven't heard anything for a few hours. So hopefully that scared them off. But yeah, pretty cool. Been asleep since off and on, really, since about 9. No, yeah, about 9, I think. So it's been good. Got, whatever, 4 hours of sleep in, and I'm ready for another 4, 5, 6. Body definitely feels a lot better after just 4 hours of sleep. So, looking forward to tomorrow. Sorry, I just heard another branch break. And it just went in the water. I just heard it splash right into the water. Well. Oh well. Lets me know that I'll have a chance of seeing them. So. Alright, good night.